Web3 is a term that refers to a new paradigm for applications on the internet. It represents the third era of the web. Here's a brief breakdown of the three phases of the web. Web 1, the static web. The early web where content was static and read-only. Websites were primarily informational. Interaction and dynamic content were limited. Web 2, the social web. This era brought interactivity, social media, and user-generated content. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube rose to prominence. Centralized platforms control the data, leading to issues related to privacy and data ownership. Web 3, the decentralized web. A decentralized internet powered by blockchain technology. Users have control over their own data, identities, and transactions. Smart contracts allow for programmable, self-executing contracts with the terms of the agreement directly written into code. Cryptocurrencies and tokens can be integrated directly into applications. Promises more open, peer-to-peer transactions without intermediaries. Projects like Ethereum are at the forefront of the Web3 movement. Key features of Web3. Decentralization. Instead of data being stored on a centralized server, it's stored across a decentralized network of computers. Trustless transactions. Cryptographic verification allows for transactions without the need for a trusted third party. Monetization and tokenomics. Native tokens can be integrated into platforms, allowing for new monetization strategies and incentive structures. User sovereignty. Users have more control over their own data and digital assets. Web3 is still in its early stages, and there's ongoing debate and exploration about its potential benefits, challenges, and implications. It promises to revolutionize the way we interact online. But like all technologies, it's essential to approach it with a balanced perspective, considering both its potential upsides and its challenges. The need for Web3 emerges from several perceived limitations and challenges associated with the current state of the web, Web 2. Here are some of the primary reasons advocates argue for the transition to Web3. Decentralization. Reduced power concentration. In Web 2, a small number of tech giants, like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, have disproportionate control over user data, platforms, and online economics. Web3 aims to distribute power more evenly. Resilience. Decentralized systems, by their nature, are more resistant to failures and attacks. There's no single point of failure, making them harder to shut down or censor. Control over personal data. In Web3, users have more control over their data, potentially reducing data breaches and unauthorized data sharing. Monetization of personal data. Users can potentially monetize their data by choosing to share it, rather than large corporations profiting from it. Financial inclusion. Access to the global economy. Web3 can provide financial tools and services to those who are currently unbanked or underbanked, giving them access to the global economy. Permissionless innovation. Developers can build financial products without needing to seek permission from centralized entities. Trust and transparency. Immutable records. Blockchain, a key technology behind Web3, provides a tamper-proof record of transactions. Trustless transactions. Cryptographic verification allows users to transact directly without needing a trusted intermediary. Programmable value and smart contracts. Automated agreements. Smart contracts can automate and enforce contract terms without intermediaries. New economic models. Token economies can incentivize behaviors and actions in ways that weren't possible before. Interoperability and composability. Shared protocols. Web3 allows for shared protocols and standards, which can lead to more interoperable services. Building blocks. Web3 components can be easily combined, enabling developers to build on top of each other's work. Counteracting censorship. Resistance to control. By being decentralized, Web3 platforms can be more resistant to censorship from any single entity, government, or organization. New business models. Tokenomics. The introduction of native tokens allows for novel monetization strategies and incentive structures. Web3 is a broad concept, and its workings encompass various technologies, protocols, and principles. At the core of Web3 is blockchain technology. But it also includes other decentralized technologies and standards. Here's a breakdown of how Web3 works. Blockchain. A blockchain is a decentralized, distributed ledger that records transactions in a tamper-proof way. Transactions are grouped into blocks, which are then added to a chain in a linear, chronological order. Each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block, ensuring the integrity of the entire chain. The decentralized nature means that many participants, nodes, maintain copies of the blockchain and validate transactions. Consensus mechanisms. For a transaction to be added to the blockchain, the network must agree, reach consensus, that it is valid. Common consensus mechanisms include proof of work, POW, and proof of stake, POS. These mechanisms ensure that all participants agree on the state of the blockchain. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing contracts with the terms of the agreement directly written into code. They automatically enforce and execute contractual clauses when certain conditions are met. Platforms like Ethereum introduced the concept of smart contracts, allowing developers to build decentralized applications, dApps, on top of the blockchain. Decentralized applications, dApps. dApps are applications that run on a peer-to-peer network, rather than on a centralized server. They utilize smart contracts to perform their functions and often have tokens associated with them. dApps can be anything from decentralized finance, DeFi, platforms to games to social networks. Decentralized identity and authentication. Web3 introduces the concept of self-sovereign identity, where users have control over their identity data. This allows for authentication without relying on a centralized authority, giving users more privacy and control. Tokens and cryptocurrencies. Tokens represent assets or utility and can be used for various purposes within the Web3 ecosystem. They can represent ownership, access rights, or even governance power in a network. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are types of tokens used primarily as a medium of exchange. Decentralized file storage. Instead of relying on centralized servers, Web3 envisions decentralized file storage systems like IPFS, Interplanetary File System, or Filecoin. Files are broken into chunks, encrypted, and distributed across the network, ensuring redundancy and availability. Interoperability. Different blockchains and decentralized platforms are built to communicate and interact with each other. This is achieved through various protocols and bridges that allow for cross-chain communication. Oracles. For smart contracts to interact with real-world data, e.g., stock prices, weather data. They need a trusted source of information, known as an oracle. Oracles provide external data to smart contracts, enabling them to execute based on real-world events. Web3 is the result of contributions from countless developers, researchers, and enthusiasts. However, several key figures have played particularly influential roles in its development and popularization. Here are some notable figures associated with the Web3 movement. Juan Bennett, founder of Protocol Labs, the organization behind IPFS, Interplanetary File System, and Filecoin. IPFS is a decentralized storage system, and Filecoin is its associated cryptocurrency. Brendan Eich, creator of JavaScript and co-founder of the Brave browser, which integrates blockchain technology to reward users and content creators with its native token, BAT, Basic Attention Token. Dominic Skinner and David Sunstebo, co-founders of IOTA, a distributed ledger technology designed for the Internet of Things, IoT, without the need for miners or fees. Sergey Nazarov, co-founder of Chainlink, a decentralized oracle network that enables smart contracts on various blockchains to securely connect with external data sources, APIs, and payment systems. These are just a few of the many influential figures in the Web3 space. The ecosystem is vast, with countless contributors working on projects, protocols, and platforms that shape the future of the decentralized web. Web3 is still in its early stages, and there's ongoing debate and exploration about its potential benefits, challenges, and implications. It promises to revolutionize the way we interact online. But like all technologies, it's essential to approach it with a balanced perspective, considering both its potential upsides and its challenges. Now you know what Web3 is. Please like the video if you did. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Please comment if you'd like. Thank you for your time.